a voice actor, so I'll do the best I can. But I like to kind of think, I'm gonna be thinking of this series as like creepy bedtime stories. So, I don't want to start just yet. I'm gonna wait a minute for maybe a couple people to go ahead and pop in. The reason this is half blind, and the title is because I've played like the first I don't know, I guess like part of it, and I got so into it, I was like, okay, like I really want to share this with other people, so I stopped, and so we're gonna start over. So probably the first like couple of videos of this is gonna be stuff that I've seen already or I've read already, but you guys haven't, so it should be interesting, which I'm gonna be keeping my mouth shut because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. So I don't know, hopefully I'll wait like a couple more minutes. Hopefully we'll get some peeps in here. But unless of course everybody went to bed, which is entirely possible. To say the art and the music, well, I guess some of the art can be a little for the most part it's gorgeous in my opinion anyways. Yeah, we'll wait till it hits the 5-minute mark and then we'll get started. But yeah, the music at the main menu is pretty epic, but it's also very loud. But honestly, it's very, very cinematic. I dig it. But, alright. Gonna wait about one more minute and then we'll get started. Just to be safe, just to give people a chance. Oh yeah, hi Reach, I did. That's fine. That's fine. I go through the list of friends, send it out if they're on, just to see if they'd like to. No biggie if you can't though. So, oh, and shout out to my fellow campground people. Hashtag campground. Over on the Discord and the Twitter and all that stuff. It's a really great Discord community. I highly recommend joining them if you're a up and coming streamer. It's a lot of fun. A lot of cool people. So, but alright, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, yeah, so trigger warning, there's gonna be blood, violence, disturbing content, some old school language, because it takes place like a long ass time ago, and yeah, so just
Só chegar a esta casa, luz, você rodear, luz que não gostei, mas você amar.
I've been okay. Music is so pretty, but it's so freaking deceiving. Oh my god. You guys are in for a ride. I'm so excited. Fata Morgana. I have the Dreams of the Revenants edition, which is like the main game, the sequel, the prequel, the short stories, basically like all of the stuff. This is the House of Fata Morgana. It's a visual novel, and it was actually recommended to me by a friend of mine. It's her favorite visual novel. So I figured, because she's been reading my favorite one, so I figured, well, you know, I have some extra money, I'll get her favorite one so we can talk about both of them. So anyway, let's get this started. I was looking down upon a corpse, my own corpse. I was afflicted with great despair at the sight of it being dragged to the place of my crucifixion. My soul crumbled, and I was wholly extinguished. Indeed, I did once lose everything. However, as I faded into darkness everlasting, I heard a voice calling out to me. And so, I vowed once more that no matter how long it may take, how great the obstacles that stand in my way, or what form you may assume, I shall come back for you. That I must return to that house. So I ask of you, please wait until this mutilated body arrives there once more. Your consciousness, wavering like a ship at sea, was slowly drawn back to the surface. Durr. With each new breath, feeling gradually returned to your fingers. Master. You could hear the pattering of rain from somewhere. Master? And the sound of a crackling fire. Wake up, Master. Creak, creak, creak. Wake up. When you came to, you were rocking back and forth in a rocking chair. The room was dimly lit. Aside from the flickering of the fireplace, there was no other illumination. No light shone through the closed windows. There was only the pitter-patter of rain on the glass. It was as though the whole mansion had been enveloped in darkness. Oh, splendid! You had finally awoken. Someone called out to you. You were about to search the room, but that turned out to be unnecessary. The source of the voice was crouching beside the chair, looking up at you with emerald eyes. Good morning, Master. Okay, and this is so, like, the way visual novels work, you read a bunch, and then you get to make a choice. So, we're gonna be polite. Because she's, you know, friendly enough. Good morning. What is the matter? Are you still waking up? You seem rather drowsy. Come now, you must gather yourself. Though I am glad to hear your voice. I have simply been waiting so long for this moment. Tending to the mansion all by my lonesome, ensuring it was ready for your return, whenever that time may be. When I caught sight of you through the window, my heart fluttered. The time had finally arrived. You were perplexed. This woman, who looked like a maid, seemed to know you, but you had no memory of her. What kind of herbal tea would you like to start your day with? I have some wonderful chamomile leaves, if you would like. Or perhaps your tastes have changed since last we met. Tell me, master, what would you like? I beg your pardon. I allowed myself to get too excited. But I hope you will be sympathetic, master. I am just utterly elated that I could see you again. The woman appeared to be genuinely delighted that you had awoken, but she seemed to lack the energy typical of her age. Or perhaps life was a more appropriate word than energy. But the gloom extended beyond the maid. It seemed to encompass the entire mansion. The plaster walls illuminated by the fireplace and the rose engravings and the ebony pillars felt vaguely familiar. But a crushing sense of claustrophobia overpowered that familiarity. It seemed as though the house wasn't interested in accepting you just yet. Oh my, you do not know who I am? Do you not know who you are, either? That is quite the predicament. If you cannot remember who you are, then who am I to serve? The woman's face was pale, almost as though a faint chill ran down your spine. You are the master of this house, though it would seem you have no memories of such. Quite the dilemma. If you know not who you are, then you are no different than a stranger to me, no? Indeed, you have returned, but from where? That I cannot say. Then how about this? I am a servant of this mansion, and as such I am familiar with the many incidents that have taken place here. I shall show you the history of this house, master. That will surely allow you to recall who you are. The freshly awakened gears in your head begin to turn as you mulled things over. The maid had called you the master of this house. Without a single mirror in the room, you had no way of seeing what you looked like. Unable to decide, you reflexively nodded. Let us be off, then. And fear not. I merely entreat you not to let go of my hand. Should you hold it tightly, you need not worry about being washed away by the waves of history. No matter what happens, you mustn't let go of my hand. Your hand in hers, you followed the maid's lead through the hall. The air within the mansion was oppressive, as though a black miasma hovered within. The house was bleak and barren, hardly a trace of color to be found. You came across an open window. Beyond it lay nothing but darkness. Neither sunlight nor moonlight could be seen. There were no chirping birds, no rustling grass, no signs of life at all. Everything that would normally give color to the world had vanished entirely. The only other presence was that of the maid. Following her lead, you proceeded through the mansion. After some time, you arrived at a double door, the glass within shattered. The door, once pure white, had long since faded into a dull gray. It appeared to lead to the back garden. You could hear children laughing on the other side. Though it is in the state you now see it, a beautiful, beautiful garden once lay beyond these doors. The owner of the time enjoyed gathering rare species of rose from all across the world. At its grandest, it seemed every flower was in constant competition for the most majestic bloom. Would you like to see this wonderful era of splendor and prosperity? I very much hope it is to your liking, master. The maid opened the doors to the back garden. A sudden gust of wind brushed across your face, forcing you to close your eyes as you followed the maid out the doors. When you next opened your eyes, the world was no longer blanketed in shadows. first door. And I do not know how many doors there are. 1603. The mansion had an alluring air of beauty about it at that era. It was almost like something out of a fairy tale. This period of history could perhaps be described as a symphony of destruction, as cumbersome principles of old came crashing down. Freed from the day-to-day oppression of these antiquated precepts, the people seemed to hark back to the more poetic, expressive ways of old. They took these newly blossoming emotions in hand, and with them they wrote literature, painted portraits, composed theater, and found love. Even the church, which had maintained authority throughout the Middle Ages, embraced the changing times, adopting the culture's flowering sense of aesthetic. War would break out not 20 years from then, plucking the ripening era from the tree of history, but that is of no concern to us now. At the time, it was still what people referred to as the Golden Age, a period of birth for all who were there. Now, let us take a slight detour. No, we will not be changing locations. This is a tale about the mansion from beginning to end. We will, however, be moving through time. Say, about 8 years into the past. A very wealthy family lived in the house then. The mother and father, brother and sister, all had distinctive, beautiful flaxen hair. I was always enamored by their hair. By contrast, mine is the color of a wet crow. See? There I am, standing around, looking rather a fool. I was happy back then. And what reason did I have not to be, afforded the opportunity to attend to such a beautiful home? So I poured my heart into serving that family. Listen closely, if you would. That soft, fleeting sound that could only be a young girl singing. Can you hear it? The girl, you see, cheerfully picking crimson roses and singing like a songbird, was called Nellie. Though young, she sang with elegance. Nellie was deeply fond of the house's garden, and she would often spend her afternoons there. Gorgeous roses gathered from all across the world bloomed in the garden. They were given the utmost care, and even had their thorns removed, so young Nellie would not hurt herself naturally. The light brown-haired girl carefully plucked petals from the roses, gathering them up as she sang. Her voice was like music played by fairies. Nay, the sight of her was like an angel descended from heaven. Oh dear, please don't look at me like that. I admit I was being rather fanciful. But what is a woman if not fanciful? Little bird, singing night and day, for your little birdie heart sings your woes away. Pretty flowers all around the little birds. And even when the sun comes up, oh dearest Nell, I've forgotten what comes next. Are you listening? Nellie was, as a matter of fact, not the only visitor to the rose garden that day. She always came with her older brother, Nell. The young siblings were inseparable. Nell adored his little sister, who in turn pined for his attention. The sight of the two innocent children cuddling together, not yet shackled by fear for the future, was truly heartwarming. That day, Nell was sitting in the shade of a tree reading a book. As I am sure you are aware, in their time books could not yet be mass-produced. What he was reading had been copied by a scribe. I presume he had borrowed it from the church. The book, having passed through many hands over many years, was visibly worn, but I suppose that just speaks to its importance. It was, in fact, a Latin grammar textbook he was reading. Nell was a clever boy. He had attended church from a very young age, where a priest would instruct him in Latin grammar. So at that time, I believe he was capable of reading even advanced texts. Oh, dearest Nell, please. The young girl approached her brother, who was consumed by the text. In her hands, she carried a large pile of rose petals. Though his sister's shadow overlapped at the trees, the boy still did not notice. So Nellie puffed her cheeks, thrust out her slender arms, and let the petals fall. Ah! Look, your head is covered in roses, Mel. Oh, Nellie, you got petals on the book. This isn't mine. I can't afford to let it get dirty. It's your fault, dearest Mel. I tried to get your attention. And besides, flowers won't get a book dirty. I must raise the white flag. When did my little lady find herself with such a sharp wit? Well, waiting for you, dearest Mel. I waited and I waited, and you didn't so much as glance at me. I'll be an adult by the time you're done reading that book. Wow, that soon? That soon. Mother says girls grow up fast. Ha, she may be right. In that case, we should do something together before you're all grown up. Surely you won't play with me any longer when you become an adult. That's not true. I'll still play with you even when I'm grown up. But grown-ups don't play, Nellie. Fine, I'll stay a child forever then. Didn't you just say you were about to grow up? You're so mean, Nell. Nell, it fucking rhymes, whatever. I'm sorry. Please don't pout, my little lady. How about this? To make it up to you, I'll play whatever you want today. Really? Do you mean it? I want to play make-believe. Make-believe? Make-believe. I will be a princess taken captive by an evil kingdom, and you, dearest Mel, will be my valiant knight. And then you turn into a prince when you rescue me. A knight can become a prince? Impressive. They can. Knights and princes both have to be charming, so of course they can. Which is why it must be you, dearest Mel. No one else can be my prince, or my knight. While he may not have appeared outwardly embarrassed, as his rose-cheeked sister proclaimed prattlingly, I am certain he is smiling on the inside. After a few moments, he meekly knelt, bringing himself to eye level with Nellie, and gently stroking her soft hair. All right, then. You're my princess, Nellie. And not just anyone's princess, dearest Mel, but yours alone. So, don't be anyone else's prince but mine, okay? Nellie. Jeez, my princess is quite the fawner. Is that bad? Does that make you dislike me? Not at all. I'm proud to have you as my sister, Nellie. You mean more to me than anything in the world, my dear princess. I love you, dearest Mel. You'll always be my prince forever and ever. Her mood quite improved. Nellie began humming the melody of the song she had forgotten the lyrics to. Holding the skirt of her dress out from her body, the young girl pranced about the rose garden. Mel, his eyes on her back, gave a little shrug. Oh, Nellie, don't come crying to me if you trip running like that. But Mel was not entirely disapproving of his sister's excitement. He carefully brushed aside the petals on his book, sat in the shade of the tree, and began chasing after Nellie. Hey, JT Rex. How's it going? Is your broom still standing up? Mine kept falling down. I tried. It would not stand up, so I don't know how that shit works. They were picturesque siblings, brimming with hope, and at this time in their lives there was nothing to jeopardize that hope. Would it not be wonderful if children could stay children forever, Master? No, it wouldn't, because eventually Mom and Dad want their house back. As I see it, though, the pleasant, gentle times in our lives have value because they come to an end. Wouldn't you agree? Time continues to flow, impartial and without exception, and as such, everyone's childhood comes to an end. Be that as it may, does time also flow at the same speed for each individual? Now, let us take a trip down the river of time. I would be very much delighted if we could remain at this point in time, but unfortunately, we cannot. Please do not let go of my hand, Master. Time travel. And he's much older now. I'll be on my way then. Oh, you usually stay for longer. Yes, I have an errand to run today. I'm playing the house in Fata Morgana. I played this part already, but the rest of it I haven't. But it gets really crazy, and I was like, okay, I need to play this for some of my friends because, oh my god, this is just yeah, it's a really crazy story. Yes, I have an errand to run today. Thank you for your time, as always. Would you like the book back sometime next week? Next week or the week after? Hold on to it as long as you'd like. But surely there are others who will want to use it. None as sharp as you, Mel. Put yourself in my shoes and you'll understand. I want to give you any advantage you can get. Oh, you do not believe me? No, I believe you, Father. And I mean to do whatever I can not to disappoint you. That's the spirit. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'm proud to have you as my pupil. Yes, and Mel, do consider what we were talking about. Going to university? Indeed. If you do, I can introduce you to some accomplished instructors. There is very little left for me to teach you, and I believe you would make a fine priest. It's an honorable thing, Mel, to devote yourself to the service of our Lord. I'll give it some thought. If you'll excuse me, then I'll see you again. Our doors are always open. Farewell. Whether it's the service of God or the service of the church, it is an honorable profession. But theology... I wouldn't mind attending university, but I'm not sure. I'd kind of like to do something different. Something more befitting of the times. As for what, though, I'm stumped. But I need to make up my mind soon. If I drag my feet for too long, even my father is liable to grow impatient. Mercy me. Young sire, blessed young sire, alms. Alms for the poor. Ah, this beggar. If I'm not mistaken, he's been outside the church since last week. Alms. Alms for the poor. The way he shakes his head. I can get a glimpse of his forehead under his hood. I'm not too far into it. Basically, you play as a character where they don't know who they are, but they're apparently the master of this, mansion that's cursed. And I guess to get your memories back, there's a maid that, brings you through time, showing you the history of the house. So I guess it's kind of like a mystery, but I haven't figured out who the main character, that you're playing is supposed to be. Because I'm not too far into it, so... I think there's probably a bit of, reincarnation or something, too. Based on the, the very, very beginning. Is it? Well, let me see if I can... Is that a bit better? Is that better? Or is the volume still... Okay, well, hopefully the music isn't super loud anymore. Yeah, anyways, okay. Can get a glimpse of his forehead under his hood. He is completely bald. As if that matters. Like, I don't. Okay. Buy yourself some bread with this. Ah, thank you very much. May the Lord bless your soul. Thanks, the Lord. Oh no! Nelly's going to be cross if I don't hurry home. Curses, it looks like it's going to rain. Master? Master? Oh, thank goodness. You appear to have a firm grasp on your consciousness. I was afraid you had accidentally let go of my hand. Now, Master, this is the period of time I truly wish to show you. The boy reading in the rose garden was now a fine young man. Nonetheless, he still bore the same gentle eyes as before. He would from time to time show remnants of that innocent young boy. He was, in his own mind, still making the transition into adulthood, I suspect. Mel frequently visited the church, on Sundays to participate in Mass, of course, but more often to be tutored by the priest. In addition, he also attended a private school run by an eminent marquis, though it was not a school where students had desks and sat in rows. They studied at the Marquis's estate. Secondary and higher education was not the same as it is today, and Mel was considering university. The priest wanted to recruit him to the church, but Mel was having difficulty deciding what he should do. That he had such a choice is envious, is it not? Good afternoon. I'm here to pick up my order. Is it ready? Aye, ready and waiting, young Master Rhodes. Oh, don't call me young master, please. I beg your pardon. Can't seem to get my head out of the past. Your order's right here, sir. Mel had stopped at a jewelry store in the center of town on his way back from the church. The building was both a workshop and storefront, and the nobles of the area were deeply fond of the master's wares. He was so skilled even the royal family had commissioned work from him. As a matter of fact, the wooden sign out front was engraved with a replica of a piece of his jewelry said to be on display in the palace. As artistry flourished in this golden age, the number of shops selling luxurious items, such as jewelry, rose in kind. However, the clientele of these shops comprised a very narrow range of people. May I have a look? Of course, of course. Good, it came out just as I hoped. Splendid work. Can't afford to disappoint a loyal customer like yourself. An admirable work ethic. I'm sure she'll love it. Such a kind lad, young master. The boy back home could do well to learn a thing or two from you. Every man ought to show women some cordiality. Coming home to a cold fireplace is a sad thing indeed. Ha ha ha. Again, please don't call me young master. My apologies. I'll take this and be on my way then. Good day. If you find yourself in need of aught else, just let me know. I can make any jewelry you ask for. Come to me and your sweetheart's day will be sure as made. And I guarantee the two of you will have all sorts of fun when you give it to her. Please, I don't have a sweetheart. Oh, well, that's a surprise. I'm sure many girls are vying for your hand too, young Mr. Rhodes. A fine family, good looks, charming, and your future's all but... I'll be on my way then. I'm in a bit of a hurry. Good day. Goodbye again any time. Goodness. Maybe he'll say I want to study abroad or something. Patient as my father may be, and that would certainly anger him. I can hear it now. You've wasted your God-given talents, boy. I could renounce my name and rank, go somewhere far away. That sounds like the kind of plan Nellie would come up with. As he drew closer to the mansion, the rich fragrance of roses grew more prominent. Over Over time, the distinctive scent had led visitors to refer to the house as Rose Manor. It was also probably a play on the flaxen-haired family's last name, Rhodes, which you heard the owner of the jewelry store say just moments earlier. The mansion looked quite different than it does now, no? No thickets of ivy covering the walls, and no rotten, broken doors to be found. I wonder what the Rhodes family would think if they saw the house in its present tragic condition. The sight of their buddedly blooming roses, a veritable symbol of prosperity, long since withered and turned into soil. My apologies. I got a little sentimental there. Let us forget for a moment about our own time. I suppose I stayed out a little too long. Oh well, the sun still shines high in the sky. I'm sure it's... Oh, dearest Mel, what took you so long? Wherever have you been? I've been waiting forever. Nellie? You're not in the house? Nope, you were taking so long I decided to wait by the gate. But you didn't even notice me at all. Is that any way to treat a lady? All that studying's got your head stuck up in the clouds. No, it hasn't really. Also, you're heavy. Could you please get off my back? Heavy? I've been gradually reducing the amount of sweets I eat, and I love sweets. To maintain my figure for a new dress, and you call me heavy? I didn't catch that. Were you saying a tongue twister? You're such a dimwit, Mel. Jerk, blockhead, weakling, and obnoxious to boot. Whatever happened to the delightful little girl who was once my sister? She'd probably throw a fit if I said that out loud. Should you really be outside, Nellie? What do you think of the artwork, Rox? I like it. I think it's really pretty. I'll take this opportunity to drink some water. It reminds me of, oh god, what was that called? Reminds me of the artist for Trinity Blood and Angel Sanctuary. How, like, insanely detailed it is. That's what this, like, art style reminds me of. Should you really be outside, Nellie? You are the star of today's event. It's fine. They can call it a birthday party, but I know it's just about fraternizing. It's obvious what Father's true motives are. He'll be gathering a bunch of boys from good families to look for someone to marry me off to. Ugh, I have no interest in that at all. Don't be like that, Nellie. They're all here for you. Excuse me. At least enjoy what you can at the party. I guess. Besides, not completely terrible. Look at this, dearest Mel. What do you think? What do I think? About what? About what? Mel! My new dress! It arrived! I'm wearing it! How could you not notice? I did notice it was something I hadn't seen before, but you have so many dresses, Nellie, so... But this is a dress I made just for today. Look at the colors, they're so pretty. It's the work of a renowned dyer. And this belt is just lovely. You see how it comes together to form a butterfly? Oh, I'm just absolutely in love with it. I think I'll be wearing this dress for a while to come. So tell me, what do you think? Does it look good on me? Yeah, it does. It's pretty. In some ways, I guess she is still a delightful little girl. Oh, dear Smell, I love you. Whoa, don't jump on me like that. Ah! Oh my, you dropped something. And what have we here? Wait, hold on, no, you can't have that yet. Is it a present? Give it back. I was going to give that to you later. I knew it. It's for me. And just what could it be? Hey, don't open it. What's the big deal? It's going to be mine soon anyway, isn't it? Oh, I love it. Is it? Shoot, hold on. How about that? Is that any better? Okay, alright, okay, I see what it's doing here. Okay, hold on, let me... One thing I don't like about this headset, they put the little volume thing in really, weird spots, so, your hand sometimes keeps bumping up the volume. Okay, so hopefully... I'm gonna try not to move. Okay. Oh, I love it. Well, thankfully, they got the text here, so even if you can't hear me, you can still read it. A rose necklace! And this design, it's from the jeweler... It's from the jeweler... It's from the jeweler the royal family uses. I can talk, I swear. Oh, my dearest Mel, you had this made just for me. Oh, jeez. It defeats the purpose if you open it before the party. Happiness is always better sooner rather than later, Mel. I think I'll put it on right away. There. How does it look? It looks lovely. My prince is still the sweetest in all the land. Don't make such weird noises. Oh, but why not? The prince always knows exactly what his princess wants. And this princess wanted some rose jewelry to go with her new dress. Understand? Jeez, I sure don't have an easy playing your prince, Melly. It might be about time we found a new one. A prince is a prince because you can't just find one standing on the street corner. If you want to retire, dearest Mel, you're going to have to wait another 10 years. That's a long time. Or if you find yourself a new princess. I'm not so... You're about as romantic as a rock, dearest Mel. But worry not, your adorable sister will always be your princess. But what could you want? Are you really allowed to be the judge of that? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? Now that makes me your perfect princess. Haha. Hey, what was with that laugh and it'll all be over soon laugh? You're always telling me I mean more than anyone to you. Yes, you do. More than anyone in the world, my beloved baby sister. I'll take good care of the necklace. Thank you, my dearest Mel. Well, if you're happy with it, then so am I. You're very welcome. Now, back into the house with you. Can't have a party without the guest of honor. Do you know if anyone is here yet? Nope. I bet you they'll be here soon, though. You're down at the church again today, Mel? Yeah, there was something I didn't know how to translate, so I went to look it up. Wow, so diligent. Can't say I really like the priest there, personally. Actually, I kind of feel the same way. What? Really? Why? Well, you know, highway reasons. So even you don't always like the priest, huh? Let's skip mass on Sunday then. We can go play. No skipping church. As great of the brothers, so too did the sisters. That day, Nellie would be turning 14, and Mel, 3 years her senior, was 17. You saw it with your own eyes, so you know just how much she has changed. She was always a cute little girl, and she grew to an even more beautiful young woman. Though she was only 14, she was well on her way to becoming a fine lady. As for her character, well... But a girl like that has her own charms, would you not say? Drifting down the river at time, the two siblings matured into healthy young adults, but their relationship did not change in the slightest. Nellie was very much attached to her brother, and as much as Mel complained, he still cared deeply for his sister. Around the time the sun had begun to set, carriages started lining up outside as well-dressed aristocrats made their way into the house. As Nellie had suspected, the majority of them were boys. Yes, I understand. You don't need to say anything more. Rose Manor, right? Okay, we'll go together. Me alone? No, please don't make me... The inhabitants of Rose Manor are surely living quite contented lives, and I'm sure they don't remember a thing.
Historia continua.
The room with the fireplace was always kept in pristine condition, so they could entertain guests at any time. Walls colorfully decorated with tapestries and stained glass windows gave testament to their great fortune. The servant's first assignment every morning was to clean this room. Pitchers, silver plates, and silverware were polished and shined, so they could be proudly put to use at a moment's notice. And for events like their daughter's birthday, the room served an even more important role. The table's tops were grown for wood, so they had new tabletops with designs made especially for this occasion. And once the banquet had drawn to a close, tables speckled with half-empty wine glasses and leftover candied fruits were moved off to the side to make room for, of course, the festivities. Good evening, Lady Nellie. Looking particularly lovely today. Nellie, I had these jewels cut just for you. You'll let me have this dance, won't you? What's the matter, Nellie? You look exhausted. These are pretty good. Want one? I know you like sweets. They're apples candied with rock sugar, I think. You disappoint me, dearest Mel. What do you think is the matter? You just keep coming. It never ends. It's driving me up the wall. Everyone's just repeating the same lines I've been taught. They all think pretty jewels and request to dance are enough to make a girl swoon. But I think there is truth in you, Nellie. Though, why is she disappointed with me? I think I'm done with birthday parties after this year. I'll probably throw an even bigger one next year. Huh? Why? Well, you know, you're about that age, Nellie. Are a reasonably distinguished family, so there are a number of different houses that would like to have connections with us. So... Their angry look on her face just cracks me up. She's just like, so mad. So what you're saying is do it for the family? No, that's not... I won't date or marry anyone. I have no interest in being used as a pawn in the interfamily politics. Pawn? I wouldn't go that far. And I'm sure Father wants to let you choose yourself. You know, someone you actually love. Love? I never thought I would hear you talking about love, dearest Mel. You don't even understand what makes Shakespeare's play so beautiful. You're talking about love. You fell asleep during Romeo and Juliet. You're talking about love? We went all the way out to the club later, too. Well, pardon me for being ignorant when it comes to romance in the arts. But you're not, Nellie. Shakespeare's make-believe story made you cry like a baby. Anyone would cry at that. You'd have to be crazy to sleep through it. That's not what I'm saying. Someone as emotionally vibrant as you, Nellie, would have no problem finding love. Dearest Mel, we should dance. Lady Nellie, could I have this? Let's dance, dearest Mel. Oh, what? Me? Wait, come on, I really like this song. Quit pulling on me, Nellie. What's the point of us dancing? We're siblings. Mother and father are staring daggers at us. No matter. What day is it today, dearest Mel? Your birthday? Exactly. So I can do what I want. Now, attend to your princess, as a proper prince should. Oh, jeez, how did I get myself into this? Nellie's skirt fluttered along with her as she stepped in time to the music. She was not only a skilled singer, but a skilled dancer as well. Mel, on the other hand, fumbled over his own feet, trying to keep up. One would be hard-pressed to describe his dance abilities as good, even his flattery. Though boys of his pedigree were taught to dance as part of their etiquette lessons, he found himself more being dragged around by his sister. He could hardly be said to be attending to her. This is humiliating. Because his parents had been hands-off in raising him, largely giving him free rein to study and learn what he pleased, Mel looked like a tangled-up marionette. From throughout the hall, he could hear giggling, uncomfortable chuckling, and people coughing to disguise their laughter. Come now, dearest Mel. If this is the best you can manage, what are you going to do when you find a girl that catches your eye? I won't, so it doesn't matter. Follow my lead, Mel. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nellie alone enjoyed her time dancing with her brother, and quite thoroughly at that. It did not matter to her that he moved awkwardly or that the guests were giving them cold stares. It was their parents who first cracked under the pressure. Just as her father was about to give an exaggerated cough and stop the music, a ruckus suddenly swelled up near the entrance. What could that be? Who knows? Whatever's going on, I've been spared. The music came to a stop, and the party guests began bustling. The siblings' father spoke up sternly above the noise in order to quell the spreading commotion. He ordered the servants to investigate, had the music restarted, gave a short apology for the interruption, and set the party back on course. I went to go check on the entrance with the other servants, as I recall. Oh my, why are you looking at me like that? These are not my memories, but those which dwell within the mansion. Do you think we should be following what happens next from my perspective, then? That is not what confused you. Well, your questions shall be answered in time. In time. Now, let us return to our tale. Though the party had fallen still for a moment, their father's decisive actions restored the guests' festive moods in short order. So it was not by any means the commotion that caused the ball to complete earlier than planned. Oh dear, I hear thunder. It was rather loud, too. Sounds like we have quite the storm brewing. They lived in a country where the weather was nothing if not unpredictable. Rain was a frequent occurrence there. Stretches of time when the blue skies moved over as summer approached, but the weather was still somewhat unstable on the cusp of the two seasons. They had a strong wind that night as well, which turned the raindrops into little spears on the window. Were the party to continue on any longer, no one would be able to go home. Although their father was quite concerned that Nellie had not got on with any of the aristocrat boys, he decided to cut the festivities short. Thank goodness it ended early. How lucky I am. This must be a blessing for always being such a good girl. I'm not sure having your own birthday party cut short counts as lucky, but it was no fun. I can't help it if I'm not enjoying myself. And for heaven's sake, Arthur was here. I have no interest in dancing with that dunce. Arthur? Who's that again? Someone who was here? Unbelievable. You don't remember anything, do you, dearest Mel? He came over to play a few times when we were little. He's covered in gross freckles, and he's a huge jerk. Freckles aren't gross, for the record. He said my hair looked like the color of fallen leaves. Fallen leaves! Just thinking about that ugly smoke has me fuming. And yet he acts as nothing happened. He even calls me Lady Nellie, for goodness sake. Are you listening, dearest Mel? I'm listening. I wonder what the ruckus earlier was. Ugh! You weren't listening, were you? Who cares about that? Sorry, but aren't you curious? There probably wasn't another guest, at least. Maybe a cat sneaked in. You think so? I do. But enough about that. Would you like to play cards in my room, dearest Mel? Seriously? I'm exhausted, though. It's not even that late. Fine. Something feels kind of off. A cat? I want to go check. Come on, hurry up. Hold on. You don't need to drag me, Nellie. My birthday isn't over yet, so you're not done attending to me. Oh, Nellie. Okay, we're gonna do one more chapter and then we'll stop. The rain just won't let up. I can't sleep. I wonder what the commotion earlier was about. Oh, for goodness sake. It's all the storm's fault. That's why I can't sleep. I'm just fretting over nothing. I'm sure Nellie was right. It was just a cat. Maybe a dog. I can't sleep. Frickin' Geralt. I want some fucking sleep. I hardly ever have this much trouble falling asleep. What could this feeling be, I wonder? It's not quite foreboding. Walking around the house at this time of night isn't going to help anything. So I'm not going to fall asleep just lying here. The only sounds that could be heard in the dark corridors were the sharp pitter-patter of the rain, his footsteps, and his breathing. Though he was intimately familiar with the layout of the house, that night the hallways felt like an endless labyrinth, veiled in shadows. No moonlight shone through the windows, so he naturally found himself moving cautiously, despite being in his own residence. Keeping the palm of his hand pressed up against the chilly wall, he put one foot in front of the other. But to where was he supposed to head? Mel, of course, had no way of answering that question himself. If he had anything, it was guidance from above, guiding to his destination with the quick flashes of lightning. Or perhaps there was something else leading him along. Though he progressed with a fair bit of hesitation in his step, Mel was slowly but surely drawing nearer to one room in particular. He made his way through the seemingly endless halls. Past the living room, its fireplace long since cooled, into another corridor, and then stopped outside an Abigail's bedchamber, which I guess is a type of maid, or like the name for that maid outfit that the maid wears. The dim glow of a lamp spilled through the cracks in the door. A gust of wind is not necessary to make a flame flicker. A person's movements or vibrations in the air from someone speaking, the slightest of motions can cause the light of a fire to quiver. Shifting subtly as though nudged by an invisible fingertip, I can see light from inside. Is she still awake? A voice. He seemed to be hesitating. It would not be difficult for him to approach the door and peer inside, but he had reservations about peeping in on another's chambers, even if it was his own house. Moreover, this room was assigned to a woman. There was a woman behind that door. What would you do, Master, in this situation? Would you succumb to your curiosity and gaze inside? Or would you respect the owner's privacy? I shouldn't be doing this, but the voice, it feels like it's calling to me? Or someone else. I yes, me, could sense someone watching me at that moment. He had succumbed to his curiosity. He stood on the other side of the door from me, his flaxen eyes open wide, trying to remain as invisible as possible. The wavering in his heart seemed to create faint ripples in the air, which I pretended not to notice. Yes, I knew he was there. I could sense his presence and his wavering emotions. However, I could not begin to speculate as to his true feelings, or how great a surprise this was to him. I too am discovering new facets of this tale by viewing it through the eyes of the mansion. But it is not I who is of concern, Master. It is you. You and... I know I shouldn't be doing this. I should be ashamed of myself. But I can't look away. Who is that? Her skin, it's so pale you could practically see through it. Is it that white because she was out in the cold rain? Her hair is white as snow and her eyes, they're like, how do I describe it? The vocabulary truly lacks for situations like this. They look like blood? No, that's just disturbing. Then wine, perhaps? No, more chances than that. Gemstones, then? Yes, gemstones. Her eyes are like rubies. I've never seen anyone like her before. What could they be talking about? Mel's eyes were fixed on the peculiar young woman. She had glass-like skin, eyes that glimmered in the flickering candlelight, and snow-white hair that flowed like luxurious silk. But her lips were bluish-purple, her soft, delicate skin sullied with grime, her twinkling eyes pointed down at the floor, and her hair a disheveled mess. She was, even at a glance, clearly not a lady of means. The tips of her fingers were cracked from the cold, her nails pale from malnutrition, and her garb little more than rags. However, true beauty is always visible, no matter what it may be hidden beneath, even wrapped in a veil of insalubrity, even if she thought herself hideous. I wonder what happened to her. Mel could no longer avert his gaze from the girl's visage. He had, for the time being, forgotten the shame he felt for peeping. As he strained his ears to hear the conversation taking place inside, a sickly voice arose from the white-haired girl's purple lips. So feeble was the sound that a gentle breeze blowing through the room could carry it away. I need water, man. Ugh. Okay. Let me see here. I'm trying to think. I'm not a voice actor, so I apologize if the voices aren't that great. I'm trying to make them sound different. I apologize for the trouble. Think nothing of it. Give your apologies and thanks to the mistress. Understood. There is something strangely comforting about this house, almost as if I've been here before. If my father were here, I'm sure he would be quite fond of it. I am sorry about your father. That's not... There's nothing you could have done, I imagine. When you came to our rescue, he was already... Rescue? Father? Was that, perchance, what the commotion was about? He stared intently, entranced by the scene unfolding beyond the door. A gaze can often signal one's presence to others more effectively than words. The white-haired girl could likely sense him there as well. She flicked her gem-like eyes upward. That was when the boy finally felt a pain of panic. For a split second, His flaxen eyes met her ruby eyes, causing him to recoil from the door. His heart was pounding like the rain outside. Careful not to make a sound, you took 1, 2 steps away. Did you catch me? I'm not sure. It was only for a moment. She can't have seen me. The boy did not have the courage to peek in on the room a second time, so he cautiously returned to his bedchamber as quietly as he could manage. But even beneath his covers, he could not erase that girl's eyes from his memory. Her melancholic red irises, her voice, delicate as a glass sculpture, her pale, almost lifeless skin, her pure white hair. Every singular detail kept him from banishing her image from his mind, nor could he restrain his heavily pounding heart. Who could she be? Is something the matter? No, I just thought I felt someone watching us. It's only your imagination, I'm sure. If not your imagination, then perhaps some unseen force was watching you. Unseen force? Are you familiar with how people refer to this mansion? Rose Manor. Yes, indeed. It is called Rose Manor because you can smell the sweet fragrance of the rose garden even at a great distance. But that is not what I meant. It is said that a witch resides within the house. A witch? I have not heard any such stories. You probably wouldn't have. It was a very, very long time ago. Nothing you need concern yourself with. You have a peculiar presence about you. Should I consider that a compliment? It's getting late. You should get some rest. A room has already been set aside for you. But first, may I ask you one thing? Yes? I do not believe you have given me your name yet. My name is... Elle. Wake up. Get up, Mel. What? Huh? It's morning? You disappoint me, dearest Mel. It's very much long since morning. I didn't see you at breakfast, so I came to find out what was the matter. I've really been asleep that long? And Father is too lenient on you, dearest Mel. Oversleeping is hardly proper behavior for a firstborn son. I know. But before that... Yes, dearest Mel? What are you doing in here? You can't just go prancing into a boy's bedchamber. Leave that to the servants. I did send one for you. You're the one who refused to wake up. Besides, it's not like we're strangers. We used to sleep together all the time. That was long ago. Things are different now. Oh, you're overthinking it, silly. Now hurry up. Out of bed, sleepyhead. Alright, I'm getting up. So you can see yourself out. Oh, my, you look awful, dearest Mel. For someone who overslept, you look like you didn't get a wink last night. You think so? You didn't go out on the town last night, did you? Naughty, naughty boy. I would never. You know that. You squeaked. I don't think I believe you. I didn't go out last night or anything. I'm tired because you had me playing cards until late, Nellie. Hey, we've been playing for that long. Besides, look at me. I got up just fine. Anyway, shoo. I can't get dressed with you in here. Fine, I'm leaving. Oh, I almost forgot, dearest Mel. What now? come on, no need to be mean. I'm sure you'll be quite surprised at the news. Oh? At breakfast, which you missed, Father told us. Told you what? Do I really want to say? It sounds like you want me out of your room, dearest Mel. Please, Nellie. We got a new maid today from a house we have ties to, supposedly. I've never seen anyone like her before. For supposedly coming from a good family, she isn't very graceful, and I've never seen her at social gatherings. But that's not the surprising part. Does that maid? She's peculiar. Has a very unusual appearance, that one. Have white hair? What? How do you know that, dearest Mel? Thanks, Nellie. Hey, get back here. Oh, for goodness sake, what's gotten into him? At the time, the majority of servants at the mansion were men. However, the ladies of the house all had Abigails, so there were several women servants, myself included. The maids, by and large, were selected from the daughters of other esteemed families. It was, you could say, a sort of training before they entered society. The girls would serve at houses even more powerful than their own. And the white-haired girl Mel saw the night before was one such maid. When he heard this, Mel could not sit still any longer. I didn't really think this through, did I? I don't even know where she is. I'm guessing she's probably Mother's maid. White hair. It has to be the girl from last night. But deep down, he was having difficulty believing the young woman he had seen the previous night was truly here to be a servant. And can you blame him? He saw her. She was an absolute mess, hardly what you would envision from a girl of class. But he did not see her to find out whether that was true. He really wanted to see her once more, to ascertain whether what he had witnessed the previous night was real, or his imagination. And he wanted to have an actual conversation with her. I don't want to run into Mother. That would be awkward. He was heading towards his mother's bedchamber. The closer he drew, the heavier each step grew. He rounded a corner, debating whether or not to head back, and stopped in his tracks. On occasion, wishes do come true. When Mel turned the corner, he saw her, the same girl, with the same white hair. She appeared to be cleaning the hallway. She traced along the wooden carvings lining the walls, making certain not to miss even a speck of dust. The girl wore a pristine dress, the uniform of the mansion's Abigails. There was no longer any filth to obscure her beauty. All that had covered her pure white hair and glass-like skin was no longer. The one thing that had not changed was her listless ruby eyes. Pardon me. Hearing his footsteps, the young woman raised her head. She caught Mel's gaze and for a brief moment merely blinked at him in silence. Lord Mel, yes? Your father informed me of you. Did he? I guess I don't need to introduce myself then. I believe she made an attempt to smile, but it was difficult to tell, and she quickly dropped her gaze back to the floor. Flax and Ruby met only for the briefest moment. She seemed to be looking about someone who didn't know her at all. Everyone here truly has the most beautiful color of hair. Did you have business with the mistress? I can let her know if you would like. No, I was looking for you. For me? Mel felt as though all the blood in his body had begun to flow backwards. He could not effectively describe the sensation, but in a word, it resembled panic. On his way to find her, Mel had come up with a number of subjects he wanted to talk about, and he generally had little trouble speaking with others. He had less experience interacting with women, this was true, but the time he had spent around Ellie had kept him from stumbling too much. Until then. Yes, for you. Why would you be looking for me, Lord Mel? I was wondering how you were doing. Pardon? I'm quite fine. Good. That's great to hear. You fool, no? Were you even sane? I have more important things to ask, like where she came from, or to tell her she has pretty hair and eyes. But I don't want to trouble her too much. Well, yes? Sorry, you just suddenly fell silent. Was I, in your way? In my way? No, not at all. What are you up to? I'm cleaning. Well, yeah, I didn't even need to ask. You're cleaning. Awkward pause. Sorry, this is so freaking cute. You can just let the other servants take care of the cleaning. You're one of the noble's daughters we took in, right? Then why is Mother making... No, I'm doing this because I want to. The mistress appeared to be busy, and it could not simply be idle. But I enjoy cleaning. Well, if you say so. Isn't this frickin' adorable? Oh my god. Say, yesterday, this mansion is truly a thing of beauty. All the many roses in the garden, even the furnishing has had a great deal of thought put into it. It is, I love it. This family must have a wonderful sense of aesthetic. Oh, yeah, thanks. Did she just change the subject on me? I'm delighted to have been given the opportunity to serve in such a magnificent house. Mother and Father actually had nothing to do with that. Not even the garden. That's all been around since my grandfather's time. This mansion was a complete wreck when he bought it. Oh, was it? Yeah, frankly I'm surprised he actually paid money for it. The chandelier in the foyer was shattered and only half attached to the ceiling. Most of the decorations on the walls were broken. I can hardly imagine. This is a marvelous, impressive house. I'm sure you'd be flattered to hear it. My grandfather was a bit of an eccentric. He liked to do things people didn't expect just to watch the looks of surprise on their faces. He was the kind of man who would buy a mansion that was beyond repair just to give it a completely new life. Everyone who had seen the property before it was renovated was astonished. They regretted not taking the opportunity themselves, seeing the transformation it underwent. I was just thinking that you're kind of like this house. What do you mean by that? I mean, when you first arrived. Oh, no, never mind. Forget it. She'll figure out you were peeping on her, stupid. She hasn't yet. Has she? Yes? It's nothing. The more I think about it, you and the mansion aren't really comparable. Oh? The truth is, it being a rundown mess isn't the only reason nobody wanted to buy the house. They say that all who dwell within this house shall be met with this misfortune. Do you believe it? I'm just kidding. It's not actually true. It's all rumors and hearsay, embellished to make the tale more exciting. The rumors only started because of how it used to look. If the mansion truly begot misfortune, then we wouldn't still be here. And it would have explained when grandfather died. Do you know how he passed away? No. How did he? Inside a lovely lady. What? Believe it or not, that was how he died, together with a young, beautiful woman. His time ran out while he was making love to her, they say. Rather crude way to go. But he was really misfortunate. What did I tell you? Yes? That for such base behavior. I am pure of body and spirit, dedicated wholly to my studies, so... I know. Hey, she laughed. My apologies. No, it's fine. Anyway, we were talking about the mansion, right? I've always thought it was kind of a strange place myself. That dress you're wearing, it was found here after my grandfather bought it. You don't see that kind of design around these parts, so I'm guessing it was probably imported. The architecture is really old-fashioned, too, which must have caught Grandfather's eye. When he announced his plans to buy it, the entire family opposed his decision, but he refused to budge. Renovation upon renovation gave the mansion new life, but of all his work, he was most fond of the roses in the garden. He collected species from all across the world, and every time he got a new one, he would somehow... I'm sorry. Like, just... The fucking... Talk about how his grandpa fucking died. Like... He would summon gardeners to arrange and grow them. It took incredibly long to complete. There were even some that wouldn't grow in the climate of this land, but Grandfather refused to give in. He truly loved roses. Me, I don't really get how someone could be so impassioned about them. It's just embarrassing every time someone calls this house Rose Manor. Perhaps the roses were meant for someone. What? I am simply speculating. Roses make wonderful gifts, after all. Indeed, they do. If you like roses as much as Nellie, then you're welcome to go see them for yourself. Pick as many as you like. If anyone asks, just say I gave you permission. Don't be shy. I'm sure it'll get tiring if all you do is work. No, I'm sensitive to sunlight. Oh, that's unusual. Perhaps that explains why you're so pale. I have no idea. That sounds rough. But your skin is so pretty, too. You don't seem terribly surprised. Oh no, I'm very much surprised. Or would you have preferred a more dramatic response? No, I expected you to find it disturbing. I'm sensitive to sunlight and can hardly spend any time outside. That makes me sound like some kind of demonic creature. Oh, you worry too much. There's not a monster in the world as sweet as you. Smooth. That was smooth. Yes? Are the other maids teasing you, perhaps? That black-haired one especially. She's... how should I put it? A little frightening. Almost as if she has a steel heart or something. She's impenetrable. Right, she's one of Mother's maids too, isn't she? Now I'm even more worried. Since you refused to follow my instructions, you were henceforth hellspawn. I can imagine her saying that. Oh, and again, I'm very sorry. No need to apologize. In fact, I wish you'd laugh more. She's actually very kind to me, and everything she does with incredible precision and efficiency. She looks so young, and yet she has such skill. How long has she been here in the mansion? Actually, she's been here for quite some time, but I don't know exactly how long. No one knows how old she is. It's kind of creepy. I have never once considered her such. Sorry, you're right. It's bad manners to speak ill of others. Either way, she still scares me. It's like there's no light in her eyes. Or like her smiles are all faked. That doesn't make her any less pretty, though. Another awkward pause. The conversation died. I have to think of something else to talk about. Yes? You can ask me anything. Does the master, your father-in-law, know? Often retire from the mansion. I have not seen him around. Oh, yeah. Father frequently returns home. This mansion is actually our secondary house. Alright. See you later then. Goodbye. Alright, one moment. Since you're sensitive to the sun, I can pick some roses from time to time for you. For you to decorate your room. No. That's all. Sorry for holding you up. Why am I so bad at this? She definitely thinks I'm obnoxious. I want to hide under a rock. I want to reverse time and try this over again. Roses are definitely with me. He is too kind.
Historia continua.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to save. We'll do 2. 2 will be this playthrough. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you are intrigued by this. Yeah, trust me, it's setting it up. Dude, like, just wait. Just wait. That's all I can say. Because I was like yesterday on like the edge of my seat, internally screaming. But yeah, I don't know, I'm definitely gonna come back to this. I'll come back to all the other stuff too, but yeah, being on Twitch is kind of, you can, gives you a bit more freedom. You can just kind of stream what you feel like, so I kind of like that. So I'll have, a few series going on at once, just to keep things interesting, But, yeah, thank you guys for watching. You can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/insanityizgood. If you're looking to get into streaming, that sort of thing, you can go ahead and join the Campground Discord. It's a great community. We support each other. Try to help each other get to affiliate, get those views, make friends. It's great. It's a great community. Great place. So, yeah, and I will also be uploading this on YouTube so other people can watch at their leisure. So, have a great night, guys. And, I am going to be attempting to stream 3 times a week. So, one night will be dedicated to a visual novel, which just tonight. Another day will be for adventure/horror games, which right now we're doing The Witcher 3. And then the third day will be something more casual, like Minecraft or The Witness, something like that. So we're gonna try it. See how it goes. Hopefully it'll go well. Hopefully I can keep it up. I'm hoping to. I've really enjoyed streaming and I'd like to do it more, so. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everything you guys do. And I'm glad you're enjoying it. Rocks, I really am. I'm very much looking forward to your reaction in the future. Anyway, you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye!